What's up, guys? My name's Alex. I have a podcast as well. It's called Let's Talk Tea.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, and today we're gonna just share a little bit as content creators, just like a little bit information, like tips within each other, and then maybe you guys could get some insight if you're also a content creator, or if you're thinking about getting into content creation, or if you're just simply curious about like how content creation works. Welcome back to the Controvert Podcast, where we analyze problems in societal norms. I'm your host, Panda.
I'm Dalen, your co-host.
And today we're joined by Alex, who is also a podcaster on Let's Talk Tea. So the first thing I want to talk about is, we were talking about earlier just now, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Us three, we were talking about the lighting. So I was like, dude, why is it over here? There's like over here, right? There's a little bit like a dark spot here, like a dark patch. But then over here on Alex's screen, it's like completely just clear white, right? And I was just trying to figure it out, like, what the hell? Like, guys, like, what do you guys think is making like the lighting all messed up?
It's a fucking struggle, dude.
Yeah, I mean, damn, could it be the lights, the cameras?
Yeah,
Or the walls, man?
And then, so these are things that you just have to think about when you're a content creator. It could be like you're a podcaster, content creator, whatever, right? You're a vlogger. But these are things you gotta think about, like the lighting, and then that's why I want to ask you too, Alex. Like, what do you use for lighting? Like, do you use like a softbox or what?
I do, yeah. So I have I bought like a 3-set like light setup, and then where I have 2 facing us, and then 1 from behind for like the shadow, the backdrop, and everything. It's fucking annoying, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, dude. Like, isn't that because like I have very sensitive eyes? My eyes dry out like a lot, right? And then. Yeah. Remember when we used the softbox setup?
Oh yeah,
dude.
Eyes.
It was like
we had to wear glasses. You wore glasses.
Yeah, I wore glasses, dude.
Really?
Yeah. You wore shades. Yeah.
Nobody said like, look at this douchebag.
and some people were like, "Is this guy trying to imitate Andrew Tate?" Like, no, it's just really fucking bright, dude. It's not about Andrew Tate, man.
No, I feel like people don't understand. They don't see what's going on, because like I'm pretty sure you had the same thing. Like you coming into it, you're like, oh shit, you know what? Just get a camera, mic, and just start talking.
It's easy.
Yeah. But like all the little details, nobody really talks about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you just said, the lighting, the camera angles, framing, dude. You're just taking time with like making sure the angle's all good.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to talk about, especially for like the viewers, right? Because me personally, whenever I see like podcasts or like content creators, I'm like, they fucked up on this. They could have done this better. If I did one, like if I started a whole content creation, I would make it like it's perfect.
Yeah.
But actually, once you get into it, you start thinking like there's so many things you have to like think about. You have to think about the lighting, the camera angle, and I have to like shift the screen if it's like not even fucking framed correctly. So I have to do all that while I'm talking. So it's hard to just even make it perfect, right? Mm-hmm. So when you guys watch like some videos and they had some flaws, did you guys personally have like thoughts that if I did this one day, I would make it fucking perfect?
All the time, bro. All the fucking time. I think the biggest issue is because as a small podcaster, like you have to do everything yourself, right? Like you said, you don't have like a production team to like fucking make sure everything's good, right? It's only during post-production you're like, fuck.
Fucked up, yeah. Type shit.
I always say it like this, man. It's like being a content creator, you're kind of like the jack of all trades. You kind of have to know things about lighting. You have to know things about audio, like learning about this audio interface. Like I was like, dude, I have to know how to mix this audio, right? Mm-hmm. I think you were asking earlier about like what audio mixer we use.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, OBS. But I mean, I think there's so much more that goes into that. I think you probably know more in detail on that. So maybe you could provide a little bit about like what you use.
Okay, yeah. I mean, mic-wise, so same thing, right? Mm-hmm. This is good shit right here. Yeah.
The Shure mics?
The Shure mics. So the MV7, right? That's what it...
Damn, yeah. How do you know?
No, because I use the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then other things like, so for us, what we do, well, I mean, I think it all depends on the setup too. So we have like we first started with like a sofa setup, right?
Yeah.
And then actually, let me ask you a question. Why you guys had a sofa set up too, right?
Yeah.
And then you guys changed it to this.
Yeah, I think it's because we kind of wanted to frame it like the whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit. And then we saw that there would be like debates, and then it would be more serious vibe.
Okay.
But obviously we wanted to stray away from that whole red pill space and make it more balanced, more of like a modern, because I think what they're doing is they want to have more of like a traditional setup where it's like, oh, like women should cook and clean, but then we want to make it so that it's like modern and like a balance with everything, because like realistically speaking, you can't have it in this world where it's like women are working and then the man just pays for everything. So I mean, that's just a little bit like of a tangent that I went on, but to answer your question, yeah, we changed to the table setup because we wanted it to be more serious vibe, but actually we're changing it back to the sofa setup.
Oh, really?
In a bit, because we're like, you know, we kind of want it to be like a little bit more relaxed. Also, like, I think when you're more relaxed, you can speak more philosophical things. Yeah, we're still gonna have debates and keep it controversial, like Controvert. But I think when you keep it more relaxed, that's when people can really say what they believe in. Like if you're sitting upright like this, right? Like if I'm just sitting upright, it's so intense.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like some people, they don't feel comfortable like that. They
Right,
can't really
okay.
say everything off the top of their chest. That's why I want to kind of make it more like a sofa setup again.
Yeah, he's been shopping for sofas for the past few days,
Dude,
like this
yeah.
week, basically. Yeah.
And then another thing you got to consider is like how small your room is. This room is small as shit. Like look at this room. This is all there is. And then Alex said this room looked big in the
Dude,
podcast.
honestly,
It's
yeah.
actually
I was
small.
from all the videos I looked at, I thought it was a long ass fucking conference room, bro.
Well, I think we did a good job at that because like the lens that we got for this camera. By the way, guys, like these three cameras are all the same. They're all the same. Sony A5100. It's not that good camera, you know. It's so like the quality, like the focus and all that is not the best. I think you have a better setup. So if you guys want to check out his Let's Talk Tea pod. And then this one in the middle though, it has a different lens. So that's what I'm talking about. Like you have to learn so many things. You have to learn lens, you have to learn audio, lighting, you have to learn how the camera works, how to function with the DSLR. It's like you have to learn everything while at the same time you have to retain your ability to speak to the fucking camera, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You're pretty much the jack of all trades when you become a content creator. And that's why I think we're going to have like a discussion later on about like being a content creator while working full-time jobs, because we all work full-time jobs. So make sure to stick around for that because that's going to be a very interesting conversation. But yeah, just based on this, like, what about the cameras that you use, Alex? Like, let's share a little bit about that because you have a better camera setup, better quality.
Dude, honestly, okay, so if you look at like our early on videos, the setup we always, for the main one, we always had I think it was like an A7, Sony A7 or A47, some shit. I don't remember. But the side cameras, we had like more like a vlogging camera.
Oh.
And then if you see like the quality is fucking shit. I'm not even gonna lie. It was pretty bad. But now it's a lot better. And dude, we just use fucking our iPhones for the side camera.
We did the same thing too. Remember when we first started, we had the iPhones too.
Yeah, but then we would have to sync the sound to the actual video. But like with OBS now, it's just all connected. And then we just have one whole like video, and then we don't have like different videos per camera, you know. It's all filmed within one video, which is like less editing, I would say. Like my advice to people is like try to streamline it as much as possible. Dude, like before I would focus so much on like, okay, I'm gonna shift it, I'm gonna edit it so that it shows it from this camera and then play it at that part, and then I have to like take it from like camera 1 and then camera 2, and I have to like manually just like snip it, everything. But now it's all like automatic with this fucking plugin that I use with
AI.
OBS. Even though it's a little bit laggy, because like it has to have like a 3-second input. Like here, I'll show you. Like whenever Alex talks, Alex just like say some random BS.
Yo, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, what the
Just keep talking.
Okay. Shit, dude, I don't even know, man. You put me on the spot.
Okay. You see that? No one is pressing anything. There's no post-processing. This is all just one video, and then it just automatically like shifts. It switches by itself. But the
there's a
problem with
lag,
this,
right?
yeah, there's a lag. So like people have to talk for 3 seconds until it switches.
Oh.
But I'm just thinking like before I was so set on like making it perfect, like right when that person talks, it shifts to them.
The frame, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like doing the editing for it on the video software. And I was just like, why am I making this perfect?
Are you using Adobe for the post product for editing?
Yeah, Adobe Premiere Pro.
And then do you use what's called Autopod?
No, but that's a good thing. You use Autopod, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so what we do post production, yeah, we first use Autopod to like just help sort it out, and then afterwards, actually, dude, it's so tedious. Like I go over it with my editor for everything, like for the reviews and stuff, and then after that, I was like, okay, I don't like this frame. I want the single person, the full frame, and then we change it up from there. But Autopod is the first step because it does help a lot. It's not perfect, but it minimizes the time you spend editing. And then, bro, for us, the setup, I mean, I feel like you guys, because you guys already have this space, right? For me, at my place, to be honest, if you look at it right now, we have a table, right? On one side is where we keep our shoes. So every time we actually take the shoe racks, we fucking move it to the other side. So they always say like, yeah, in front of the camera, it looks gorgeous. Check behind the scenes. It's a fucking mess.
Not for us. Like this whole
this
thing is like
is
just,
good.
it's all organized.
But for usual content creators, behind the camera, bro,
yeah.
it's
You don't wanna see
trash.
behind the
It's
camera,
trash.
yeah.
Bro, I'll show you this. Like my closet is like fucking messy. Here, I'll show you this. Like just look at this inside.
Dude, yeah,
actually,
he
you
just
can't-
dumped
you can't really
everything.
see it.
Yeah, he just dumped everything in there.
There's just like a lot of shit. It's pretty dark in there, huh? I don't know if you can see it there. But yeah. Yeah,
just-
there's just like you have to make do with what you have.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think one of the biggest tips that I could give to these content creators or soon to be content creators is that you gotta make do with what you have. I mean, at the start, me and Dalen, we just used iPhones, and then we used this like crappy ass camera, and then we were like, dude, this is not working out. But the biggest thing is that like if you try to keep making it perfect, you'll never start. And so some people, they strive for perfection, and then they don't really like experiment and improve. That they're like, oh, I'm not gonna start it until like I have everything set up. They don't fucking start anything. Dude, I have like so many people. 90% of the people that I see that go like, I'm gonna start a podcast or like I'm gonna start content creation, they don't do it because they're like, oh, I gotta get this and this, and I'm like, you're not gonna do shit.
Yeah, I feel like most of the people that they focus more on like camera quality, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think what people should focus on is like the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting to know like what you want to talk about, your niche and everything like that.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Dalen.
Just what separates you from the rest of the crowd, basically.
Yeah. So that's, I think, most important. I feel like for somebody that wants to get into it, an easy thing to do, which is what we did actually, just book a venue first. So if you, for like example, like you don't know how to set up all the camera stuff, right? Just get a venue. Like you go on what's that place? What's that website where Pure Space?
What was it called?
Pure Space, I
Pure
think.
Space?
Yeah, where you could just like
Craigslist.
book for like hours. Like
Oh.
some people when they do like photo shoots, stuff like that, they book through there. So like there's a bunch in LA, OC, everywhere, right? But you could just book somewhere, and then it's nice, the background, everything, so it looks really professional.
Oh,
And then all you have to do is just set up like your camera. Some places like that's specific for podcasting, they have mics provided too.
But you have to pay per hour, huh? That's the problem
Yeah,
with that.
but it's not that bad. Like I know, so it depends how nice. The first spot I went to, they were charging I think like 150 an hour.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
But
but
you know that's a lot for like someone who's not even making money off
that
this
is
shit,
true.
yeah.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, 150 an hour, dude. That's like almost like 1/10 of someone's like monthly rent.
But
We can start a business on that.
What was your experience? Was it nice? Like, do you think it was worth your money or?
So it was nice. It was nice. I don't want to talk shit. I don't want to talk shit.
Yeah.
I mean, cause like, fuck. I think it's cause like we of course we're like inexperienced, right? So the first time, this is another good tip. First time we went in, we expected like everything to be there already. Like I was like, okay, shit. Like we just gotta go in, hit the play button, record, and boom, get out of there. Nah, it's not like that at all, bro.
How was it
You
like?
go in like they just have like the sofa and everything there. the first time they didn't even have the fucking XLR cables for us. Like, yeah, they fucked up on their end. But then
Did you get your money back for that?
they gave me another session for free.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So that's pretty nice of them. And then after that, like, what you should do is like bring your own gear, like your own cameras, your own mic, because even if they provide something,
Dude,
I would
that's
say
not
the
a full setup then.
the
Like, what are you
first
paying that
time.
for?
Well, I mean, price, right?
But
Price over like.
think about it like this: like you pay like a couple hours for that, like 5 hours already. Like then you pretty much could buy your own gear. Like
I feel
just
like
standard
the
gear,
first
not anything
time
crazy.
you should do that. Maybe afterwards, because the first time you kind of get a feel, because sometimes you don't really know what to do, like the setup and everything. So you kind of want to use that as like a kind of like an example, so you kind of understand it, because everything's abstract, right? If you don't do it, you don't really know. So from there, the first session you might do that, and then you're like, oh, you know what, fuck this, I could do this myself. I don't. Yeah, like you said, it gets expensive. We had like, I think like fucking 5 sessions there.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you could have bought like half of your camera. You could.
After that, yeah, I was like, dude, fuck this, man. Just do this at home.
Shit, God damn. Wait, so those episodes are posted? Because I don't remember.
It was like way like back, like the first like 4 or 5 episodes. The very first one we recorded, we didn't even post it. We were awkward. We were like, I think it was me and Ed, right? It was our very first one, and we're just like, there's so many pauses, and then like nobody's seen this video besides me. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm like,
I think that's another thing too. Like, it's like when you first start out, there's like a couple pauses. Dude, we fucked up a lot.
We had to edit that.
Like we would have to
edit
edit out the pauses, and I was so focused on making it perfect. But that's like another thing. Like going back to that, you spend so much time making things perfect. Sometimes it all just boils down to like the SEO or like the algorithm. So like you could have like a really perfect product, but if you don't have the marketing, like the SEO is not good, then no one's gonna watch your shit. So I think that's another thing that we talked about too on the phone. Like you're talking about like figuring out the algorithm, and I feel like that's a really big thing to figure out. Aside from like camera gear and equipment, but that's like also the first steps. You can't just be focused on perfection, and then you also
Right.
have to look at the algorithm. So I think you had some questions on like algorithm, right?
yeah. So for you guys, like, we have to keep up to date with like what's going on IG's, TikTok, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of the things? Let's talk about IG first, right? I think, or actually, which one is more? I guess which platform are you guys more? I guess gets the most views.
Yeah, I think it kind of varies, because I think right now for YouTube Shorts, we're doing like really good. For TikTok, we had some that like hit a couple mil views, but then Instagram was just like shadow banned. We were just like, dude, what the hell is going on?
Instagram is,
So yeah, figuring out the algorithm is really tricky. We're not experts, but then I guess like we're just giving our insight just more so on someone who's like more uptrending a little bit more. We haven't hit that level of success, like far from that. But then I think that a lot of people, when they attain that success, they give these really general like ideas, and then we want to kind of give more of like a in-depth ideology and informational.
Oh, you talking about the ones like, hey, keep it consistent.
Yeah,
Post
dude.
every day.
yeah, exactly. That's perfect example. Like, dude, they all say like keep it consistent. Like, but I will say, there was a couple days where I just didn't post like shorts. Our views went down. It went down to like a couple hundred. Then like I started keeping it consistent, posted consistently for like a week, and then we went back up to like the thousands again. So I do think consistency is key.
Yeah.
But that is a very generic thing that people give for advice, right?
They don't tell you more, because you could
Yeah.
keep it consistent, do the same thing. If it's not working, you're gonna go crazy.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
gonna be like,
dude.
dude, every time
Doing the
TikTok-
wrong thing every single time over and over.
Yeah,
again.
like dude, I'm in that 200 jail right now on TikTok. Like we keep getting like consistent like 200 something, 300 something, and this is definitely I'm doing something wrong, but just so much like you gotta do that you forget, like at some point, like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put this to the side. Let me focus on this platform first.
Sometimes you just need to take a break and then a fresh pair of eyes back on.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, exactly.
I think sometimes like if you're keeping it consistent and then you're not getting views, you have to think about if your content's even good. Like, get your friends to analyze it, get your honest opinion from them, get their honest opinion, and then when you get their honest opinion, you can't be like arrogant, be like, no, I think you're wrong, blah blah. You actually have to listen to them. What really made me feel to have motivation to make things like change was because like some people were straight up like, oh, your lighting's bad. And I was like, damn, that fucking hurts. Like, straight up.
You put so much into it.
And it was a girl I was dating at the time. And I was just like, damn, that's savage. Like, she just straight up said, like, yeah, it's so weird how you change scenes. And like, honestly, both your different camera scenes are like of the two people. Like, it's basically like this camera. It's basically like this camera, but another one that's just like shifted a little bit over. Yeah. So that was how it was before. And she was like, you know, you should get like 2 different cameras where one is facing like one side like this, and then one is facing like the other side like that. So then I was like, you know what? That shit hurts to hear. But then at the same time, you got to listen to like what your friends have to say, especially if they shit on you. You're like, you have to listen to like what they're saying, you know? And then unless it's like something they're completely just like, you know, it's like some friends you don't have to listen to. They just absolutely have no fucking idea, no fucking clue, because they're not content creators.
You imagine what's fucking crazy. You get in a fight with like someone you're talking to, instead of them like getting mad at you, like, you fucking ugly ass, like, your podcast sucks. That would hurt more, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's happened actually. Like, there's this one crazy girl. She basically like was going psycho on me, and she was like, you know, your podcast sucks, blah blah blah. You don't do anything for your full-time job. You know, you don't even make that much. I was like, what the hell?
Damn.
Yeah, dude, she's a little psycho. But dude, okay, let's just say that time it ended up with like some police involved, because this was,
we talked about it, did we, on the podcast?
We haven't talked about this. Like, we have to talk about this one day. Like, this was like traumatizing for me. It actually traumatized another friend of mine, because she was like going off on him too. So we could talk about another time, but this is more so today about like informational stuff. Yeah. But if you guys are interested in like looking at like dating things or growth motivation, make sure to check out our channel. Okay, so
wait, so you guys, you say you get a lot of views on YouTube right now, YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts.
What is some of the things you're doing that's helping you?
Okay. I think a really good one is, I always like to use this example. It's really keeping it controversial. And what that means is your titles make a pretty big difference too. Obviously the content, right? Let's not talk generic shit. I'm sure everyone heard like, keep it consistent, make sure it's controversial, make sure the content's good. Let's assume all of that is good, okay? Let's say the next things that we have to look about is the details. So for example, like the titles. I always like to title things like, for example, there's this video like, men are fine with cooking and cleaning. So that was a short that I titled. It was,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. It basically will trigger some people.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I'm not lying, like, because in that video, actually, we were talking about how like men would be fine cooking and cleaning, or actually, I said I would be fine with cooking and cleaning, the same as like my wife. Like, I would be okay, like we both do it if we're both making above 50K. You know, then at that point we're making a good amount to like sustain the household. Say for example, we both make 100K, then yeah, definitely I think the workload goes both ways. It's not just like, just because she's a woman she cooks and cleans. That's unfair. So then in that video I put men are fine cooking and cleaning, but this will trigger a lot of men out there, and they'll be like, what the fuck, I'm not fine with this. They'll look into it and then they'll watch the whole thing, because this is so controversial. I think one thing is you want to be polarizing, but on this channel we do want to be more balanced, but at the same time this does facilitate into balance, because you don't want women to just be cooking and cleaning when you guys are both making the same amount of money, right? Yeah. So it's polarizing, but in another sense it's also equality, right? We're promoting that. But these bold titles like this, where it's like you're saying a bold statement like this, then it would incite viewers to want to look at what the hell is going on with this. I'm not saying to trigger people, like your content actually has to have things in that, because if you always have, for example, this candy is red, but it's actually not fucking red, you know?
You just become known as like the clickbaiter.
You're just
You know?
clickbaiting at
Yeah.
that point, you know?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, like,
it's not
what the fuck,
controversial.
this dumbass.
It's like,
What is he on? What the fuck?
It's like Controvert, the clickbait channel. Fuck this, block them. You know?
No, but the thing is, like, okay, you definitely want people that support or like your shit, right?
Yeah.
But to get views, to grow, you do need haters and the weirdos. True talk, like
Yeah.
No,
facts.
yeah, facts.
You
Facts.
because
Yeah.
think about it, like if somebody, even like just think about yourself, right? You like something, right? Oh, cool, that's pretty. I agree with that. Move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But if something triggers you, oh, you motherfucker, and then you gotta tell your friends about it too. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, that's how you
Spread.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
spreads
yeah.
That way, yeah.
And that's how America's divided.
So
You're
that
so
feeds
true.
into the
So true.
that
So
feeds
true.
into the algorithm, because like the ones that are really polarizing, they get the most amount of love or they get the most amount of hate. And either way, if it's love or hate, you still get a lot of attention. Like all those viral videos of like probably celebrities being bad to fans or whatever, those blew up not because like they love the person, but because a lot of people hate it. Like, what the fuck is this celebrity doing? Like,
Yeah.
remember back then, like Justin Bieber, he had a lot of hate, probably because like he was drunk driving, or I don't know, like maybe he said some fucking shit to like some of his fans, and I think he got a lot of hate from that. But at the same time, there's a lot of viewership from that.
Right.
So I think just because you have hate, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You would get like views. Yeah. I mean, it's how you look at it.
Yeah.
But like, if you absolutely have no fucking views, you just are a nobody, right? So in a sense, you have to like not be scared to get canceled.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're very confident that you will not say things to get yourself canceled, and also be polarizing to a point where you rack in fans who will also fight for you, then I think that's a good balance. But we have so many friends. We always tell them, hey, you want to come on the podcast, talk about some things? And then they're just like, no, I'm scared I'm going to say something out of pocket and I'm going to get canceled. I'm like, okay, well, you're just going to keep being a nobody. I mean,
So I think that's the thing. Yeah, you gotta be bold. Honestly, Ed from my podcast, every time he's like, "Yo, don't dislike this video, like cancel me, please."
Ed has balls, dude.
Yeah. No, honestly, we thought so, because sometimes he makes fun of like this one episode, like he was making fun of like fat girls, right? So, and he's like, "Dude, this is it. This is the one I'm gonna get canceled on." And nah, dude, somebody was like hating on us for like making fun of Asian culture. Like this last AAPI month. I'm like, oh dude, they're mocking AAPI. We're like, damn, instead of getting canceled for like making fun of fat bitches, we're getting canceled for being Asian.
Totally unexpected,
Yeah,
right?
what the hell?
Wait, hold up. And then that's when you started getting more views, right, on Instagram?
We got some, yeah. I mean, that channel. So there's one where basically I think like one of the video we got more views, and I think it's because of that. Yeah. So talk your shit, boy.
Okay. I guess like that's all I kind of wanted to cover, right? I think there's like algorithm. We talked about that, equipment.
Oh, another thing about algorithm, like,
Yeah.
you notice like IG, there's like when you search, it's like Meta AI.
Oh yeah, there's
The
that
search
new
bar,
meta
right?
AI now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a good tip, I just found out about this recently. What you can do is when you're coming up with the description, because the metadata does matter when you're typing in the description and everything. So what I've been doing, I would type in like kind of what the video is about. For example, you'd be like, we talk about blah blah blah. We have a podcast, and then this video is about this. Help me with the description. Or you might even have your own description at first. You plug it in, and then they'll come out with like what they think it should be. You don't have to do exactly what they say, but get the keywords. Because it's important that because obviously algorithm, they're gonna on IG, they're gonna pick up what they want people to see. So then that would boost your viewership. That's what I noticed.
So Alex is doing pretty decent on Instagram. I think like your views have like a couple thousand. our Instagram sucks. So we need more. Obviously, we need more like tips from you for Instagram.
Oh, dude, we should exchange.
Yeah. Do you think hashtags matter for Instagram?
Hashtag nowadays. I mean,
Use it?
I do use hashtags, but from what I've learned, it kind of matters. It doesn't matter as much as before, and then you want to keep it short, like 3 to
General?
5 should be good. You want to be specific, like what it's about.
Okay, I've seen people do general, but then I've learned online, like on YouTube videos, like you want to be as specific as possible, but not to a point where there's not that many keywords,
Right.
or not that many people searching for it.
Yeah. What do you? Any tools you use for like the hashtags to like figure out what it is?
Dude, I stopped using that because I was just like, this shit doesn't work. I just use like the same hashtags now. I'm like, what the fuck?
Podcast,
Like,
hashtag podcast.
No,
hashtag
it's
podcast
like,
clips.
probably
Yeah,
like modern dating,
Modern
or
dating,
growth
okay.
mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like growth mindset would be like our growth motivation, and then modern dating is obviously our modern dating section.
You ever
So-
use hashtag Asian? Hashtag
I
Asian
think that-
girls.
Oh, we had one, and then that one blew up. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, on TikTok. That shit was crazy. I was like, damn, Asian works, you know? I was like, all right, for sure.
We gotta thank BTS for that.
Okay. Yeah, is there anything else that we want to talk about, though? Because I feel like there's more. So we talked about algorithm. We talked about titles. We talked about equipment. I think, like, another thing is, like, maybe speaking skills, right? Like, I think at the start, like what you talked about, you were like, you guys we're awkward as shit. We are awkward as shit too.
Yeah.
We're not awkward, but we just have like some pauses. But I think as you grow as a content creator, and this is very important, I think as you grow, you start to understand how to talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it just becomes like natural a little bit. There are times where we wake up and we're just like tired as shit. We're like, dude, brain fog as hell, you know? And we're like, goddamn. So, but I think as you grow as a content creator, you start to filter out those times where you have those awkward pauses. And I think it's not just about like the equipment or like how you edit, how you do this and this, but it's also about how you are on the podcast too. Right. I think that's a really big thing. Like you grow as an individual, and that's why I love podcasting. I don't know about you. I mean,
No,
I think I mean,
I grew a lot too.
Like we're not making money from it, but it's like we like it because you grow as a person. And I think that's a very big message that I want to give, because if you're always just like so focused on the money and like I want to be big quick, you're not really gonna grow, because you're gonna be so frustrated that you're gonna want to hop to the next thing. And then so that's probably like maybe something aside from equipment, aside from editing, that I want to share. Like it's probably your own personal development that you need to work on.
You just gotta keep doing it. If you need help, liquid courage.
Liquid
Yes,
courage.
sir.
No, for dead ass. There has not been an episode. Oh, I think there's only one episode that we filmed. We didn't drink anything.
Are you serious? Holy shit.
At
That's
first,
wild.
you know how we had that teacup set, right?
Yeah.
We would put alcohol in a teacup and then shit was gross, dude. Hey guys, don't do that shit, okay? Because I think the clay mixed with the tequila.
God.
It's not a good taste, bro.
You're probably eating some rock sediments.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, his Let's Talk Tea, they have this like tea theme, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you some context. Like, so then they have like this like tea setup on their table, so it looks like nice and all. It really does look good, right?
Yeah.
But then I think this is something I asked him too. I was like, how do you guys get drunk then? I mean, are you guys putting like alcohol in the teapots or something? And he's like, yeah, we do. I was like, well, you gotta make do with what you got, you know. You gotta make do. So, I mean,
We gotta keep it discreet.
it's not all like pure and shit. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, it's like what I said. I mean, at the start we use iPhone, but then we're like, all right, as you get more invested into this, then obviously, fuck, this shit's going out of whack. See, there's like another problem that we have. Like, you gotta make do with what you have, because this thing just fucks up, you know. But you can't just always go for perfection, right? So I mean, like, yeah, when you start like working on this a little bit more, then you start to really become an individual that is honed with like talking and just everything else, you know.
It just makes you a better communicator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, even in the beginning when you're awkward and shit, like that's okay. just make sure you have multiple cameras.
Yeah.
So then when you do have like these awkward times, you could pan it to the other camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then also like post production, like another thing you could do is like, you know, like let's say for example you have 3 cameras, right? If one person, because you have the audio file and then you have the video file, right?
Yeah.
So then you could always cut the audio and then just pan to another camera angle, so it looks seamless. It doesn't look, viewers can't even tell that you fucked up. Or you like there's something awkward, some shit like that. Like we do some stupid shit all the time. Like we fuck up all the time. Like I think no matter what, like even if you're like in your like 300 episode, you're still gonna do something like, oh fuck, I messed up there. Yeah, we're all human. But
yeah, dude.
Thank God for technology and
Cut.
camera.
Archive.
Yeah, just cut it. Archive it. All right, well, I think I'm just gonna wrap this up. This episode, I think we covered a lot for like just like informational. I think like we exchanged a lot more. Let us know what you guys want to see too. Like if you guys are a viewer, you guys made it to the end. Maybe we could have like a follow up with like Alex. I'm sure we have so much still to talk about. Like what fucking I still want to see like what you use, you know. And then let us know in the comments too, like what equipment that you want to see that like he uses. Like
Y'all should come.
if you guys want a response, and then we will just try our best to like reply, and then we will let you guys know what equipment that we're using and what Alex uses. He could probably reply to, and check out his channel too. And then, sorry, what were you saying?
I would say y'all should come on.
Let's
I'll
talk-
probably, yeah.
We should
yeah.
go over to theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go on like I
Yeah.
think in a couple days, right? So
Yeah.
make sure to check us out over there on his pod, and then we'll see you guys next time on the Controvert Podcast. Stay tuned for like the next video where we talk about our struggles working full time as content creators. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out, guys.
Gang.
Yeah.